Hi, this is Robert Polenick, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. In today's video, I want to give a quick explanation of one of my favorite tips or techniques to build bigger arms. Specifically, we're going to talk about the biceps. So I have gotten my arms to 20 inches. I want them to be, leaner for sure. I'm working on that. But getting my arms to 20 inches was a big deal for me. I'm now 290 pounds. When I graduated high school after 2 years of already having lifted, I was only 165 pounds. Ugh. And believe it or not, I was actually at a higher body fat percentage at 165 than I am at 290. So I've gained a lot of size, and I've been able to do that in a lean way. One of the techniques that I've been using to build my arms has been using short-ranged bicep exercises that actually emphasize the top part of the contraction before I then do more long range of motion bicep exercises that emphasize the bottom portion of the motion. So I want to show you those two in contrast and then encourage you to give this a try. So what you'll see as I add in some clips while I'm chatting is I have a cable set up here, and I'm going to be doing bicep curls, but I'm specifically doing them where the cable, you'll see here, is the cable is maximally weight loaded into the bicep whenever my forearm would be perpendicular to the line of the cable. So when we do dumbbells, the gravity is the line of resistance. So when my forearm comes up to the top, I have it maximally loaded there. However, if I use my upper arm position and kind of keep my arm out in front, as I lower down, I'm still loaded here very well. So it's a good way to get a stretch on the bottom portion. But as I come back to the top, as I'm perpendicular with gravity right there, that's kind of the heaviest portion. Then the rest of the way is a little bit lighter. Up here is going to be quite a bit light because the dumbbell is getting closer to my elbow joint, which is going to make it feel less and less. So we'll get to that in a second. But I want you to keep in mind that the line of gravity is the line of force, the line of resistance. With a cable, the line of resistance is actually the line of the cable. With this in mind, I can actually target the upper portion of my bicep by having the cable angled in front of me. So when I curl up, right now my forearm is perpendicular with the cable, so I feel a maximal load. And in this position, you're going to feel most of the bicep stress in this top portion, specifically on the outer edge and where we want separation between the bicep and the shoulder. So if you want to get more definition in this area, this separation, you want to try this type of curl. So set the cable about knee height, maybe a little bit lower, step back, get this angle on the cable, and then I come up and I squeeze at the top, squeeze on every single rep. Now I'll do actually 20 reps typically on each arm. And that's the first movement. So 20 on this arm, then 20 on this arm. Now we're going to move over to the dumbbells. Let me move the camera real quickly. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some dumbbells. Actually, let me flip this around so I'm talking to the microphone. Okay, I'm back. So you probably got dizzy with me moving everything around. Sorry about that, but I didn't want to talk into the microphone. So when I have dumbbells now, I just did 20 reps on the right arm, 20 reps on the left arm with that angle in the cable. That's going to really target that upper portion. Now, when I grab dumbbells, I'll do them where I'm doing one arm at a time, but the arm that isn't moving, since I started the cables with my right arm, I'll start dumbbells with my right arm. But the left arm here is being pulled open by the weight of holding the dumbbell. So it's pulling that bicep open now that I have it pumped. So what I'll do is I'll do 10 reps. Now I'll vary my rep range depending on kind of what I'm working on that day. But in this position, if you look from the side, I'm keeping the dumbbell kind of out in front of my plane of my body. This makes sure at the bottom that I have still maximal load. This is actually most challenging in this portion, this bottom portion, whereas the cable was most challenging in the top portion. So I'll do 10 reps there, and then I'm going to do 10 reps on my other arm. I won't turn into the camera because otherwise I'll talk into my microphone. But I'll do 10 reps here. What's awesome is my right arm burns like crazy. So I have a big pump in my right arm, and now that weight is pulling my right arm open. So this gives me a chance to get extra stress and damage into the biceps, not only while I'm doing the movement, we'll assume that's 10, but also while I'm holding the weight. So, that is a superset that I love, and it really helps to build up the arms. And specifically, it helps to build a nice, full, rounded muscle belly. The first movement gets that separation between the shoulder and the bicep, and the second movement really pulls open that lower insertion point, and it even pulls across the elbow joint to get some brachioradialis, like forearm muscle development. So that's one of my favorite things to do. My favorite bicep combination is a short range cable exercise followed by dumbbell curls. Now you can substitute the dumbbell curls with a barbell curl or easy curl bar, anything against gravity. You can substitute the short range cable movement with maybe a preacher curl machine and just kind of focus on that top 3/4 of the range. Don't go to a full stretch, but that might also be a good substitute there. However, if you have access to cables, I would definitely do those. I think they work really well. Or you could do an old school concentration curl where you either sit or stand, have your arm hanging down, and just kind of curl like this. So you might have seen back in Pump and Iron, Arnold Schwarzenegger did those, and that's a good way to get that upper portion as well. So enough of me yapping, but I thought it would be fun to share one of my favorite routines for my biceps. So give that a try. If you have any questions, let me know, and thank you for watching.